The Nets take an L in Memphis. Horrible day for New York sports. Let's talk about it. I get no joy in saying this. It's not like I'm sitting at home going, yes, I knew that was coming. But I knew that was coming. I've been talking about it all year on Twitter. It's been the main point of my conversation. The Nets defense is horrible. And the defense is horrible not because lack of effort, poor chemistry. The defense is horrible because they're too small. This concept that Kenny Atkinson wants to ram down our throats, that somehow because you're playing small ball, the regular basketball laws all get thrown out the window. See, 9 years ago when your power forwards were still being educated from those coaches that were in the school that power forwards had to be these big lumbering guys that grabbed rebounds and was physical, and those guys have some use. But you'll never hear me advocate for Derek Favors in this generation. Derek Favors in the 90s, in the early 2000s, maybe Iverson goes further or plays for a couple of championships if he has a Derek Favors on his team back in those days. But now you need long guys or vertical guys who are physical, who can start from the three-point line and is a threat to dribble drive or is a threat to shoot. Kind of like every player Memphis got on their team. Ja Morant is special. You can see that already. He's, you got to see who he is after the entire NBA season and starts to watch his tape. It took a while for the NBA to, and I'm not saying they figured out Donovan Mitchell, right? But the NBA kind of knows what Donovan Mitchell does. And when they come in town, now it's like, scouting report on automatic, defense on automatic. You know what to do. And guys like Donovan Mitchell will still get theirs. But Donovan Mitchell is not likely, a superstar. He's a star. He's a very good player. Right? Ja Morant is screaming off the screen right now. Like he just jumps off the screen. But the way he was able to get to the basket is all due to a flaw in Kenny Atkinson's thinking. See, in the modern NBA, in this new version of NBA, after everyone has seen the Golden State Warriors, who have Draymond, right? Draymond is a freak of nature. He's a tweener that's just skilled enough to do enough to be disruptive on the defensive end and play power forward. He could play 5. Everyone knows what the death lineup is. He's 6'7". PJ Tucker, very similar. Millsap, especially in his Atlanta days, which is very influential on Kenny Atkinson. In Atlanta, they were able to play with DeMarre Carroll and Millsap as the 2 forwards, and that was enough in that era to pass for a power forward. But there's not a bunch of Millsaps out there. There's 3 players like that. It's Millsap, Draymond, PJ Tucker. And it's not a coincidence that the 2 coaches that have the most influence on Kenny Atkinson, which is Mike D'Antoni and Buttenhauser, both of them have had power forwards. PJ Tucker, right? And Paul Millsap. You mean to tell me Kenny's not creative enough to recognize that something different is happening in the league? That you got 4s? He's kind of a 5. But you have 4s coming in the league that look like John Collins. John Collins is a traditional old school power forward, but he's so athletic. Like, he plays like a wing in a sense. He has the physical makeup of a power forward, traditional power forward, but he plays like a wing. You need Brandon Ingram in these days. You need Jonathan Isaac. Lauri Markkanen. Right. Robert Covington. These teams are playing these young power forwards that are versatile and skilled, and they can put the ball on the floor and score in the lane. And when the center is switched on, one of these incredible centers that's in the league now, Cat, Embiid, Jokovic, these dudes you can't guard one-on-one. You can't just say, all right, Jared, go out there and just be tough. Jared Allen is not alone in the league. There's 27 other centers who cannot guard Embiid one-on-one. But you know what their teams do? You know what basic strategy would tell you to do? Put another big on them. And on the Nets, who's that other big? David Nwaba? Garrett Temple? Taurean Prince? Rodions Kurucs? Do you know what all those names have in common? All those names in their previous professional roles, all of those names have never played power forward. They all are small forwards. Rhodey, David Nwaba is a shooting guard. Garrett Temple is a shooting guard. Taurean Prince is a small forward. They have never, I'm sure they've played minutes here and there. Kenny Atkinson believes he can build a Draymond Green out of these dudes. Garrett Temple is 57 years old. How dare you think you're going to change? You're going to make that old dog grow new kinds of spots. That's not going to happen. It's ridiculous that he's asking anyone to do that. So when you see people rolling to the basket, even Ja Morant, everyone is stuck on an island to guard that player. Nobody's coming from the weak side. There's no other threat. People think I don't like Taurean Prince. It's not that I don't like Taurean Prince. It's that Taurean Prince is in the wrong role. If they were putting on this team on a whiteboard and Sean Marks said, you know what I'm going to do? Until KD comes back, we're going to start Taurean Prince at 4. That makes a lot of sense. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Taurean Prince at the 4, and Nwaba will back him up coming off the bench. Let's go. Challenge for the Eastern Conference. If that's what was said in any Nets staff meeting, the Nets are in a lot of trouble. This team has a belief that I see time after time after time that this belief is a fanciful tale. This is fairyland bullshit. This is land of make-believe nonsense. What has changed in the laws of gravity that make it where Kyrie Irving should be guarding Jaren Jackson? Teams are just bully balling the Nets. They're not even like, it's not even like good. They're running great sets. They're staggering, coming off of pick and rolls, and the Nets aren't fast enough to come around them. This is just put your head down and go straight to the basket. Like, the Nets keep playing Garrett Temple. Let me give you some stats for Garrett Temple that the Nets feel that he must play. Garrett Temple is getting 5 points per game, 1 rebound per game, 1 assist per game so far this season. I'll repeat that to you. 5 points per game, 1 rebound per game, 1 assist per game. He's shooting 25% from 3. And he's shooting 35.7% overall. You know why that shouldn't be surprising? Because for his career, Garrett Temple is averaging 5.9 points per game. 2.1 rebounds. Well, he's half of his career rebounds. But 2 rebounds per game. And he's getting, career-wise, he's 1.6 assists per game. And now he's getting 1. Garrett Temple is who he has always been. He's 33 years old.